people would still choose to have a controller
Yeah.
if at all possible.
All AR seems like it fucking.
I think the sweats would still want something like a controller, and then
Right.
iStock would have like better precision and all that stuff for the sweats.
Well, also, don't you want to have like tactile?
All right, let's take a look at that. So first lap, hot lap, I don't think it matters too much. Also, the run-up doesn't matter too much either, but you might as well just kind of go up high, get that straight line on the exit so that you can go here, and then just carry as much speed as you can. You're going to chip out anyways. Or not chip out, but get pretty high in the rev so it doesn't make too much of a difference. So you want to be as close to the wall as possible because we're going to be braking right after the start-finish line. So start-finish line, brake. Like might as well be on the start-finish line, just right after it. If you aren't still not on the brakes by the time you get to like this Clash of the Coliseum thing right here, it's too late for a good turn in. So the way that the braking technique is very important on a track like this. What you want to do is you want to get immediately to your max braking point. I think it's around 50%. Depends what your brake bias is at. If you have a higher Ford, if you have a higher brake bias, then you can go higher than 50% a little bit, but then your turn in trail brake won't be as good. So I found that with this brake bias, I could go 50%, maybe a tiny bit more, but really not much more. And then as we start to turn in, notice how as I'm turning my steering wheel, I'm aiming with my lefts just below that white line. And then I'm lowering my brake to about 40. And then as I crank the wheel more to enter the corner, I have to back it down to 25. And this is where we'll hold the brake at 25 until the car is able to make its line. So I have about left sides on the rumbles. We transition from brake to half throttle and then unload the wheel and go full throttle. I did get it to work a couple times where I would go all the way to the wall. And honestly, a perfect line where you go all the way to the wall, I think is faster than this, but it's a much more consistent and barely slower to just go lefts in the rumbles. Because it feels like you lose grip when you get the rights in the rumbles too. But you can get kind of, I don't know if it's lucky. I don't really know. The couple times that I've hit it, I don't really know what made it different. So I'm just going to recommend get your left sides on the rumbles, 25% brake, hold it. And then once you hit the rumbles, you go back to half throttle, hold it for a little bit, and then unload the wheel and go full throttle. Same exact thing with 3 and 4, except we can do a little bit more rumble here. So I go all the way low because our run off the corner, it doesn't mean as much as it does off this corner. So again, max brake, get it as early as you can while braking in a straight line, about 50 to 60%. Turn in, trail it down to 25%. Get right on the rumbles. You want to almost just kiss the wall with your car. And then if you do that all right, once you get past the wall, you should be able to get on the throttle to half. And the transition kind of helps you turn a tiny bit. And then you can open up the wheel and just drive it pretty much straight all the way back to the start-finish line. So it's pretty easy there. But getting into the corner is the hardest part of 3 and 4. You want to get down there like that. Honestly, it's going to take some practice. The feelings are kind of hard, but just know that you want to hold your brake a little bit longer than you think, and then get back on the throttle pretty hard, and then try to open up the wheel. If you're not able to do that, then you probably are trying to get on the throttle a little too early. Let's talk about long run a little bit here while we're out here. There's not going to be long run because it's C-fixed at Coliseum. But, oh yeah, third gear by the way. Fourth gear didn't work for me. If you need to defend, defending the bottom is really good. So like, just kind of braking early, making sure you don't get hit, and then running the bottom like this. Doesn't really matter what lap time you're doing. Nobody can do anything to you down here. But if you don't have anybody that's going to run you over, then probably the fastest thing to do would be left sides on there. 3 and 4 actually, it might actually be best to go to the apron. I'm not sure yet. but left sides on the rumbles and 1 and 2 might be the best. Then 3 and 4, if you kind of arc in a little more, get it down there. Basically, this game will just be protect the bottom, however you need to. Like, that was a pretty good line for protecting the bottom. Now I'm going to protect the bottom here too. And that's pretty much all it is. The one thing that you want to do that I just showed there is you don't want to slide your right rear off the corners, because you're going to need that for grip. And so if that heats up too much, you're going to get kind of killed by people off the corners, and then they can dive bomb you. Don't worry about tire wear, see? But don't worry about tire wear, but these rear temperatures are what you can start to get in trouble with. So be careful on that. Just don't slide them too much. All right, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope to see you all on the track.